Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Akerman. It's art by Akerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Akerman. Art by Akerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Akerman.
All right, so today we are going to bleach some Maxillius the Harvester robes. So basically starting with something like this. So you take Maxillius the Harvester, take those bones out of it, take the little tie off of it, and then you've got something like this. And we're going to bleach it so it comes out like this. So all you do is take it, throw it in a mason jar. I'm actually going to get 2 of them. So there you go. Second one. Throw it in here. So there you go. 2 in a mason jar. And I'm just going to take some Clorox, no splash bleach. I don't know, just whatever bleach. I tried it with OxyClean. Some of the things I was seeing on getting color out of fabrics said try the stuff with the oxygen-based bleaches or whatever. It didn't do anything. I had it sit for day and a half and it did nothing. This worked overnight. So I'm gonna fill this up, gonna take it outside, let it sit for a little bit. At the end of the day, I'm gonna bring it inside, let it sit overnight, and then tomorrow I'll check on it, and it should be good to go. That's what I did with this other one. Just basically let it sit for about 10-12 hours, rinsed it out, and here's what it looks like. It will bleach all of the fabric, but the thread will not turn color. My understanding from talking to Darla is they probably use like a nylon thread or something, and so it doesn't get the color out of the thread, but it does get the color out of the robe itself. And then from here, once you got it this way, if you wanted to, you could, get some RIT dye and dye this red, brown, blue, whatever. So we may do that at some point, but for right now, we're just trying to get the color out of these. So here we go. Just gonna dump some of this in here. Gonna fill this about halfway, and then get something to shove that down in there with. I've got this plastic fork, so just kind of make sure all that's covered. And then I'm just gonna put this outside. At the end of the day, it's now 4 p.m. At the end of the day, I'll bring it inside, let it sit overnight. I'll check it tomorrow morning, and we should be good to go. So that's it. I'll be back. All right, so we're back with the mason jar. Here is our robe. We actually took one of them out early. We'll take a look at that here in a second. And this is the one that has sat overnight. So we put it in at 4 p.m. It is now 9:45 in the morning. And this is kind of what we have. So let me move this mason jar over, run some water on this. Just gonna rinse this real good. I'll fast motion this part. All right, once you're done rinsing it, you can let it air dry. I'm gonna throw it in the dryer here, put it on a little time dry. And let's see, Darla had to show me how to do this yesterday. There we go. So a little time dry, 20 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, dryer has stopped. Grabbing our robe out, and that's what we have. So Take some pictures. We'll be right back. Okay, so just one point of caution while doing this. So this is the one where I left it in the bleach for 15 minutes. This is the one where I left it in the bleach overnight. Now this is my first one I did. Had no problems with it. And then this is the one that I did for the video here. Once again, no problems until I went to go rinse it out. And when I was rinsing it, I opened the bottom here and let the water kind of pour in the bottom of this, kind of robe, and it went all the way through and into the hood, and then it just shot out the back of the hood. So it kind of ripped this and went through it. Now, it did not, when I first pulled this out of the water, I had to go back and look at the footage, but when I pulled it out of the bleach, and started to rinse it, there was no tear here. There was nothing ruined with this. But part of the bleaching process, I mean, this is already kind of a thinner material anyway. Like you can kind of, in certain spots, you can see through it. It's a thinner kind of gauze-like material. Once you bleach it, it is even more fragile. So, if I go, like if I had to take this is one of just the regular Maxillius robes. And if I put my thumbs like on either side of this and kind of pull on this, it's not really going to tear unless I've got one of the spots that there's already an opening. And even there, like I'm trying to pull it and it takes a little bit to actually rip it. Once you've bleached it like this, it does not take much. Like I actually already just kind of ripped a hole in the sleeve here just to kind of test it out. So you can see right here. But like if I were to take, if I just went from the bottom here and kind of found a spot like right here, and I put my thumbs here and just pull on it very lightly, it's going to tear. So just kind of a word of caution, it's already a thin material to begin with. After you bleach it, it even becomes more kind of fragile. But if you want to create a more tattered, torn look, it makes it pretty easy to actually do that. You don't even need to cut it. You can just rip it in certain spots and make some spots that are a little bit worn like this. So, so just kind of, like I said, kind of a word of caution. This was my first one, no issues, didn't have any problems. I would say the longer that you leave it in there, probably the more likely that it is going to get kind of tattered and torn. But just kind of play around with it, see what you come up with. But if you want this kind of look, this was just like 10-15 minutes. And if you want this, overnight, but just be careful with it when you're starting to rinse it and playing around with it, unless you are looking to actually tear it on purpose. So here's kind of that tan look that I was able to achieve by pulling it out of the bleach early. I think this was in for about 10 to 15 minutes, but you can just kind of look at it when it gets to the color that you're looking for. You can pull it out, and you could always bleach it the whole way and then try to do some dye. It would be another way to do this, but I just thought this was kind of a cool look. And this is the one that was bleached overnight. You can see that it does create quite a bit of different look from that original Maxillius robe. And I wanted to try this out and see how the bleaching would affect this, and I'm pretty happy with the results. I liked both that tan look as well as this white look. Both of those are pretty cool, and it makes me excited to try other soft goods. I know I've got quite a few of the Gaspar soft goods, and I think if I'm able to bleach those might make a nice toga with those overlays that he's got. So as far as these builds, pretty easy. The Maxillius, I mean, really all you would need is Maxillius. So you just take his robe off, bleach it, put it right back on that body, and that's that one that you're seeing here. On this other one, it's really just a Gaspar body with the robes on top of it. I even took the waist piece off of the Gaspar because it's covered up by the robe anyway, so you don't really see that. And that gives that an extra waist piece to use on a different one. So, but yeah, both of these were pretty easy. So hope that you found some enjoyment out of this. Like I said, you could, always use the RIT dye after this to change it to, brown, red, blue, whatever. But I thought these were pretty cool looks, and I'm now excited to try this on some other soft goods. So hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe, And until next time, folks, keep creating.